Hey there, it's Collectible Connoisseur again. Um, I'm showing off, in my previous video I showed off some CGC cards that I purchased, actually that I submitted to CGC directly through COMC. And this is the remainder of my COMC shipment to me. Not only were the CGC cards shipped to me, but I had some raw cards shipped to me, and I wanted to flip through these real quick on camera, but also kind of talk about how my collection is evolving. And I want to pose the question, I guess, am I, quote unquote, a super collector? So I'm evolving how or who or what I collect. And I'm focusing in on two areas, whereas before I kind of had maybe a dozen or maybe less than a dozen themes. I'm really kind of focusing in on two areas. One is I collect Andrew Benintendi cards, and the other is I collect now Ken Griffey Jr. in a Reds uniform. Why not in a Mariners uniform? I don't know. I was overjoyed when he came to the Reds. I like looking at the Reds cards of him. I like reading the backs, so I'm picking them up. And before, I would always buy my cards in PSA holders. I never submitted to PSA personally. I just preferred to buy it in a PSA holder for reasons. And then it occurred to me, hey, the PSA holder has some utility to it. It has some benefits to it. But really what I ended up kind of thinking was I'm buying a lot of cards just based on the grade. And I like the card. So I decided, hey, I'm just going to kind of get a stack of cards. When I started collecting, it was the 1970s. I was a kid. Back then, if you were a completionist, you're just buying and trying to build a set. There was tops and nothing else. The hits, quote unquote, were your favorite player. I know nowadays it's a lot different, like I said. So I think this whole stack is Ken Griffey Jr. cards, and I'm just going to flip through them as I keep talking here. But, it occurred to me that, hey, I want the card more than the grade. So, actually, that's not a Ken Griffey Jr. card. Let me turn these to the back. So the question is, am I a super collector? By some definitions, yes, I am. There's a website, or actually a Facebook group out there called Super Collectors Unite, and I'm not endorsing them. In fact, I'm not even on Facebook at all. But I've seen a couple of videos by the, what do you call it? The guy that founded the group and created it and administers it. I guess the administrator of the group. I've seen a couple of his videos, and he defines a super collector, at least for membership in that group, as someone who has 250 more cards themed on a certain player or kind of player. By that definition, I actually have, I keep a spreadsheet of my cards, and I have 296 cards of Ken Griffey Jr. in a Reds uniform. And I still have parts of my basement that I need to comb through and consolidate. And so I have over 300 cards of Ken Griffey Jr. in a Reds uniform. I also collect Andrew Benintendi. Again, I know I have 378 because I keep a spreadsheet, and I just checked it before I started making this video. Cards of Benintendi. So by that definition, yeah, I'm a super collector. You be the judge, though. And let's take a look at some cards. I'm going to start on the back. I have all these cataloged because I had bought these previously, and I'd held them in my COMC account until I had a bunch to send home, and I mixed them in with these graded cards and sent them all home. But here's 2006 Upper Deck Run Producers. But I need the titling on the back because I can't identify all of these. 2006 Topps Finest. And maybe this is just, I was looking at 2006 cards because yeah, I see a theme developing here. 2006 Bowman Chrome. 2006 Upper Deck Artifacts. 2006 Upper Deck All Upper Deck Team. And yeah, this stack is all Ken Griffey Jr. 2006 SPX XP Extra Info, Ken Griffey Jr. I think of all the cards, I don't like this one. He's in a very generic jersey. There's no number on it. It might have been right around this time that he was switching numbers when he was with the Reds. He went from 30 to 3. But I think maybe of the cards that I have here in my stack, I bought that one just because being a completionist. 2006 Upper Deck Ovation Curtain Calls. 2006 Upper Deck Checklist. Yeah, it looks like I went on a little tear buying 2006 here. 2006 Upper Deck Ovation. And that's what I'll do in buying roll cards is I'll kind of focus on a year, see what COMC has. 2000 Pacific Crown Royale. Ken Griffey Jr. was a red from 2000 to 2008, I believe. 2006 Upper Deck First Pitch Diamond Stars. Now, each of these cards, by the way, I'd be surprised if I paid more than $1 and some change for any particular card, and most of them were far less than that. 2006 not Upper Deck, Topps Allen and Ginter, the Dick Perez collection. 2006 SPX. But maybe part of the appeal of Ken Griffey Jr.'s tenure with the Reds, 2006 Fleer, and you can kind of hear it as we flip through these cards, is 2006 Bowman Originals. Is not only that, there were a number of card companies working at that time. 2006 Upper Deck Special Effects. I believe Willie McCovey in the picture with him. But, Upper Deck had, a bunch of different, like Upper Deck, for example, had a bunch of different series. So yes, there's the Upper Deck manufacturer. This is the Upper Deck First Pitch Going Deep subset. Fleer had a number of series. This is the 2006 Fleer Lumber Company. So there are just so many different cards that you can get. I need the titles. 2006 Upper Deck First Pitch Hot Stove Headliners. 2006 Fleer Ultra Home Run Kings. 2005 Topps Total Domination. That's a pretty cool card. That's kind of a foil version of the Topps Total card. I like that one. 2006 Upper Deck Special Effects Run Producers. The other thing that's great from this time frame, this is really the advent of kind of modern cards, at least as far as foil and subsets and whatnot. 2006 Upper Deck Future Stars. 2006 Upper Deck Season Highlights. Griffey Goes Yard Twice. 2006 Topps Hit Parade. I think there was a time where, I liked cards that, showed them in the context of an actual game. And, this kind of background would have just annoyed me. Nowadays, I kind of I dig it. Maybe I'm just catching up to what I should have been chasing after in 2006. But this is 2016. Topps Tribute to the Kid, which was a subset. I believe, had a dozen or so cards, all Ken Griffey Jr.'s, because they're tribute. 2006 Upper Deck Player Highlights. 2006 Topps co-signers. So these are all, you know, mostly commons. 2006 Upper Deck Star Attractions. But fun when you are pulling them all together and, you know, making a player run or a complete, you know, collecting a player to completion. You know, if you're, yes, these are all mostly common. This is Bowman Gold. 2004 Bowman Heritage. That's pretty cool. 2016 Tribute to the Kid. 2006 Fleer Ultra Diamond Producers. So when you're kind of viewing 2000 Skybox, kind of a cool shine on that. When you're viewing these all together, I think that's part of the charm. And so if we're asking the question, am I a super collector? I think the answer is trending towards yes. I'm just going to flip through these nowadays. Oh, Ultra Gold Medallion. I like that card a lot. Upper Deck Tough Stuff. Upper Deck First Edition. There's just the Ultra. We saw the gold medallion just a moment ago. Donruss in the 86 style. Upper Deck Artifacts. Hit Parade. Before it was the RBI version. This is the home run version. I pointed out that, hey, there's like no background of him on the field. And at one time that would have been like, I can't collect that card. Nowadays I like that card. I think the shine is cool. We actually saw a version of this. This is the Upper Deck Special Effects Star Attractions. We saw the regular Star Attractions previously. So yeah, I feel like, yes, I am a super collector. This is Bowman Heritage Silver Foil. Yep. Topps Turkey Red. Upper Deck, we saw the special effects version of this previously. Fleer Tradition, is it? Yeah. And I'll tell you what I do with these. So, you know, I have these all in a spreadsheet. I actually put them into my spreadsheet when I purchased them initially. I've let them accumulate in my COMC account for a little while, and then I ship them home when I feel like I've got a number of cards. And the next step is what I'll do is I will go through and I will put all these in top loaders. Some people, you know, like to binder their cards up, and I have done that in the past, but I find that I like flipping through them better than paging through them. So I put them in top loaders, and I put them in a box where I can go and kind of flip through them and look at them. So these will all get a brand new top loader. Well, actually, they'll all get a brand new penny sleeve. These are the penny sleeves that COMC shipped in. New penny sleeve, brand new top loader. And then I put a perfect fit, or a superior fit, I guess is their name nowadays, bag over the top loader, store them that way. And that's how I am curating my super collection. Hey, there's a numbered card, $17.99. Woohoo. So thanks for spending 15 minutes with me and pondering whether I am a super collector. I think the answer is yes.